Feeling overwhelmed by crypto mining? The hardware is expensive, the software is confusing, and everyone online is telling you something different. What if you had a guide to cut through the noise? This is Crypto Miner's Rig, and today we're building your first rig together step by step. So why build your own? The answer is control, cost, and knowledge. You choose every part. DIY is almost always more cost-effective. You cut out the middleman and put that money into better components, and the knowledge you gain is priceless. It's the difference between driving a car and being your own mechanic. Let's get started. Think of your rig as a small city. The motherboard is the city itself, the foundation and roads connecting everything. For mining, we don't need fancy features. We need one thing: lots of PCIe slots. A good starter board has at least 6. The CPU is the city planner. It tells everyone what to do but doesn't do the heavy lifting. You don't need to overspend here. RAM is the planner's short-term memory. 8 gigabytes is the sweet spot for smooth operation. Now for the stars of the show, the GPUs. These are your tireless workers, performing the complex calculations to earn you crypto. The goal is to find GPUs with the best hash rate for the lowest power draw. Cards like the RTX 3060 Ti or RX 6700 XT offer a great balance. The PSU is the heart of your rig. This is the one component you should never cheap out on. Calculate your total system wattage, add 25% for a buffer, and always choose a PSU with at least an 80+ gold rating for safety and efficiency. You'll need an open-air frame. It's a metal skeleton that provides maximum airflow to keep your components cool. You don't need a full workshop. A magnetic screwdriver, zip ties for cable management, and an anti-static wrist strap are the absolute essentials. All right, let's build. First, prepare your workspace and put on your anti-static strap, clipping it to the metal frame. Screw the brass standoffs into the frame. These are critical. They prevent the motherboard from shorting out on the metal tray. Now, gently place the motherboard on the standoffs and secure it. Don't over-tighten, just snug is perfect. Time for the CPU. Lift the retention arm. See the small triangle on the CPU? Align it with the triangle on the socket. It should drop in with no force. Lower the bracket and lock the arm back down. You'll feel some tension, which is normal. For the RAM, open the clips, align the notch on the stick with the slot, and press down firmly until it clicks. Mount the power supply in its bay and screw it in. We'll connect the cables in a moment. Now for the GPUs. Plug a card into its riser board, then mount the whole assembly onto the top rail of the frame, leaving space between cards for airflow. Connect all the power, the 24-pin and 8-pin to the motherboard, and the PCIe power cables to each GPU and its riser. Make sure every connection is snug. Finally, use zip ties to manage your cables. A clean build is a cool and healthy build. The hardware is done. Now for the brain. We'll use a specialized mining operating system called HiveOS. It's free for your first rig. On your main computer, download the HiveOS image and a free tool called Balena Etcher. This will write the OS to a USB drive. In Etcher, select the HiveOS file, select your USB drive, and click Flash. This will erase the drive, so be careful. Once it's done, open the rig.conf file on the USB drive and paste in the rig ID and password from your HiveOS account. Save and eject. Now plug the USB drive, a keyboard, and a monitor into your rig. It's time to configure the BIOS. Power on the rig and immediately start tapping the Delete or F2 key to enter the BIOS. We only need to change a few key settings. Enable above 4G decoding, set PCIe speed to Gen 1, and set Restore on AC power loss to Power 1. Save and exit the BIOS. The rig will now restart and boot from our USB drive for the first time. Now for the magic. Go back to your main computer. On your HiveOS dashboard, your rig should now show as online. Click on it and you'll see your mission control. All your GPUs are listed, healthy and waiting for instructions. Before we mine, you need a wallet address to get paid, and a mining pool to join forces with other miners for consistent rewards. In HiveOS, we give the rig instructions with a flight sheet. Create a new one. Select your coin, add your wallet address, choose a pool, and select a miner program. Give it a name and save it. Now we're ready for launch. Find the little rocket ship icon to apply the flight sheet. The command is sent, and look at that. The hash rate is climbing. You are officially mining cryptocurrency. If your rig doesn't turn on, don't panic. Start with the basics. Is the power supply switch on? Is everything plugged in securely? Not all GPUs detected? Power down and recheck every single connection for the missing card. A loose cable is the most common culprit. Now let's optimize. The goal is to get the highest hash rate for the lowest amount of electricity. This is done by overclocking. In HiVos, you have three main levers: memory clock, core clock, and power limit. Increasing the memory clock is the best way to boost your hash rate. You can often lower the core clock to save a significant amount of power and heat without losing performance. Finally, use AutoFan to set a target temperature. This keeps your cards cool, quiet, and extends their lifespan. And there you have it. From a pile of boxes to a fully optimized cash-generating machine that you built with your own hands. This rig is just the beginning. It's your personal learning platform to upgrade, experiment, and adapt in the ever-evolving world of crypto. If this guide helped you, hit that subscribe button for more. Welcome to the club. Now go check your wallet. Your first payout is on its way. Happy mining.